Tuy Dương chào mừng quý vị đang đến với bản tin công nghệ thông minh. Ngày hôm nay, mở đầu sẽ là thông tin mới nhất về những ứng dụng công nghệ trong tương lai mới được khám phá gần đây trên thế giới.
Good afternoon. Firstly, we will demonstrate how does the SolidWorks process works in manual mode. The condition for this to run is to have the control knob on manual. Then we proceed to press the start button. On the bottom right corner, the indicator SD1 lights up when the sucker on the blue arm picks up the yellow piece. On the other side, the indicator SD0 lights up when the same yellow piece is released. The manual mode only runs one cycle and stops when the process returns to its initial conditions. Now we will demonstrate how does this exact same process works in automatic mode. The condition for this to run is to have the control knob on automatic. Then we proceed to press the start button. The automatic mode runs infinite cycles without stopping at any point. If the emergency stop button is pressed while the process is running, the output power indicator will turn from green to red. Indicating there is no power being supplied to the system. The process will completely stop at the point the button was pushed. The only way to reinitialize the whole process is by releasing the emergency stop button. We can see that the output power indicator will return to green, indicating there is power being supplied again to the system. The process can't continue from this exact point. The only alternative is to press the reset button, which will return the whole system to its initial conditions. To run the process again, the start button needs to be pushed. If the stop button is pushed, the process will stop at any specific point. In this case, we chose to stop the process when the green pistons are extended before grabbing the yellow piece. The process will continue from this exact point if the start button is pushed. The jog mode can be activated with a control knob while the process is running. If it is activated, the process will stop at any point. If we press the start button, a single part of the whole sequence will run. To reinitialize the process, the jog mode must be deactivated and the start button must be pushed. The disorder mode can also be activated with a control knob while the process is running. If it is activated, the process will stop at any point. However, the yellow piece will be returned to its initial conditions. This mode allows the user to control every single actuator with the buttons on the right side of the human-machine interface. If any button is pressed, the actuator will be activated. Buttons A plus and A minus correspond to the y-axis movement of the green piston, the one now holding the yellow piece. Buttons C plus and C minus correspond to the z-axis movement of the two vertical green pistons. Buttons B plus and B minus correspond to the x-axis movement of the blue slider. Finally, buttons D plus and D minus correspond to the activation of the sucker, that is to say, the activation of grabbing and releasing the yellow piece. If the jog mode is deactivated, the whole process will return to its initial conditions. Thank you.
Okay, so now we are going to demonstrate how our factory I/O system works. In this case, the human-machine interface is shown on the right side, and the system in factory I/O is you can find it here in the left side. And as we can see, we are doing it with a simulated PLC. In this case, we chose a 1500 PLC. That has already all our programming with the GEMA rules. So first we want to try the manual mode, in which we are only going to do one cycle of the sequence. For this to happen, we must have one item for us to move. And the only thing we need to do one cycle is have it on the manual, have it selected on manual, and press the start button. As we can see, only one cycle of the sequence is done. Now for us to try the automatic behavior, we choose the automatic one, and let's give an emitter that gives us continuously items. So we press start, and now the system is working automatically. Every time that an item appears here in the emitter, the sequence is gonna be carried out. Let's wait a few seconds. As we can see, it appeared, and automatically the piston A got activated. Now let's try the stop at any specific point. This one is useful for us to, in the case we need to repair something or change a part that has to be changed continuously, and this can be put into the programming. So we click it, and it carries out the sequence until the point we asked it to stop. In this case, this was the point we asked it to stop, and it will only continue if we press start again. So we press start. Let's activate the emitter again. Now we're gonna try the emergency stop. So we activate it whenever we need to, and the result of this is that the output power is going to be deactivated, and the process is going to stop where we press the button. And this doesn't allow us to operate the machines in any way until we get out of this emergency state that we are in. So for us to get out of this state, we have to press again the emergency stop. This way we have power again, and we have to reset the machine to its initial values. As we can see, we suppose that this piece is removed manually. And for us to continue in the automatic mode, we only have to press start again. Now let's check this jog selector. The jog mode consists in basically a check-in order. So what we're going to check is every step of the sequence every time we press this start button. So let's activate this selector. And as we press start, as you can see, one step of the sequence is going to be applied. This is useful if we have any mistakes in the sequence. This is the way to correct them. So to get out of this state, we can deactivate the jog selector and we press start again to continue in the automatic way. So the final process that we have to check is the check-in disorder mode. The usefulness of this mode is that we can execute or use all the actuators not exactly in the sequence that was programmed the system for it to work. We can check them individually. So for this, in this case, we deactivated the emitter, and there's no need for the ion to be in this process. So as we can see, when we activate this check-in disorder interrupter, what we do is that with these controllers over here, we can activate or deactivate every actuator. For example, this C+, what it does is it activates the vertical movement of the pick and place system. So as we can see, we can activate it, we can deactivate it. We can do in any order we want. For example, we can do this. We can also activate the piston A. And it has not got to be in the order of the sequence. So for us to reset our initial conditions, the only thing we need to do is deactivate this check-in disorder selector, and it will automatically return to its initial conditions. Now for it to work again, we only have to have some item for us to move and press start again, and it will continue in the automatic mode. So this is how our factory I/O system, pick and place system works. Thanks.
Video của mình đến đây là kết thúc mất rồi. Chương trình ngày hôm nay nếu như vẫn thú vị và đem lại cho các bạn nhiều điều mới lạ hay ho thì đừng quên tặng cho chúng mình một like, bắn thêm vài đường bình luận tâm huyết phía bên dưới cho nó sôi động. Còn để tình cảm của chúng ta bền lâu hơn nữa thì hãy nhanh tay bấm đăng ký kênh và nhấn nút chuông nhỏ nhỏ. Trong quá trình thuyết minh bối rối, nếu như mình có nói điều gì đó sai sót và sơ suất, hoặc đôi khi có quảng cáo nhảy ra làm cho các bạn giật mình cái út tạt tả, thì mong các bạn hãy bỏ qua cho. Vì tiền không phải là tất cả, nhưng không có tiền thì chúng ta chỉ có thể đi dép tổ ong cả đời. Ok thế nhá, bây giờ thì xin chúc các bạn và gia đình thật vui vẻ tốt lành.